Hello chess people, what a pleasure to see you. I'm here with my lovely cat Sinatra and my bearded barista coffee in San Angelo, which you should drink if you're in San Angelo. If you're not in San Angelo, you should go to San Angelo, drink the coffee, tell me you liked it. Delightful, delightful coffee, not even acidic, perfect, touch of cream, delightful. I've got my scented candles lit, got my cat here, and I've got a chess game by my elementary group that I teach every Friday, and I thought we would take a look at it and make a little video about it, because I know these kids will be a little excited to see their game on the vast interwebs. And we're going to analyze a little bit and see what on earth is going on and what we can learn from. Talk about some of the thought processes involved. So the format is like this. The room was split into two groups. Each group had a team captain. That's their mouthpiece, the person that speaks for the group. And they all have to decide on a move as a group. And it just so happened that all the younger kids were in one group, all the older kids were in another group. You might think that's unfair. They certainly did. However, you'll see why it's not unfair in a moment here. So they all decide on a move, and they tell me the move, and I make the move on the big demonstration board, and we have a game. Two teams. I'm impartial here. I'm just moving the pieces. So the younger kids have white. They started out e4. Very good, taking the center, controlling space in their opponent's camp. And the older kids do the same. Very good, principled. Knight f3, knight c6. Attacking the pawn, defending the pawn. Very good. Cause and effect. Our opponents always do something. Well, not always. Our opponents, when they make a move, they're usually doing something, right? So we have to understand what they're doing. So when white makes this move, we say, all right, he's developing, but he's also attacking my center, and I like my center. I like my center very much. So I'm going to develop, and I'm going to defend that pawn. Okay? Very simple. Cause and effect. Attack and defend. Let's continue. C3. Very interesting continuation. This is called the Ponziani opening. That's not particularly important, but the younger kids have played this, and from a normal standpoint here, we would say we're preparing the move d4 with c3. See, when we play d4, we're going to have some backup now. Of course, d4 can be played right away going into the Scotch opening, but that's not necessary. c3 is perfectly fine, and I was really impressed with this. The black pieces, the older group, continues bishop to c5. Developing, which, okay, honestly, I can't be upset, because what do I tell them? I tell them, take the center, develop, and castle. Remember that in a minute. So they're taking the center, they're developing. However, now d4 is really tempting, because if we push d4, we're immediately attacking this bishop here. And after takes and takes, well, this pawn is pretty protected, right? So the bishop's going to have to retreat or give a check, perhaps. So this is what I was hoping for. We did not get d4, however. We got bishop to e2. Again, I can't be real mad, because take the center, develop, castle. These kids are doing everything they've been taught. Of course, it's a beginner class, so we're trying to get them beyond that, but I need everybody to be on the same page, right? So developing the bishop, very good, but d4, definitely a better move. Okay, knight to f6. Attacking this pawn and developing. Preparing to castle. Very good, very good. Take the center, develop, castle. I'm a broken record, but they're doing it, right? And really, d4 is very strong here as well, for exactly the same reason after this. And well, we don't want to capture back, because this falls, right? What we want to do instead is actually this strong move here, e5. Okay, and after this, we have a good game going. Okay, but we didn't get that. Another move Also b4, attacking the bishop. Bishop goes back, and we continue. Now maybe we defend. We're looking okay here. So how did it go? They castled. Again, folks, I cannot be upset. They took the center, they're developing, they castled. Dude, solid. Okay. Only problem is, this pawn might fall, right? We could still play d4 here, by the way. It's still a good move, but we don't want to drop our center pawns. So what did the older group do? They castled. And refer to my previous comments about we can't be mad. They castled. It's very good. Okay. b3. Our first departure from what we should be doing here. So b3 is just not the idea we want here. The reason is we're just not doing very much with this, unfortunately. Now b4, much better. Pressuring the bishop. Bishop's got to move, but b3, we're sort of losing the thread here because now this pawn, it just falls. It's undefended, right? Now what's a better move here? Well, let's look at the position. What would we like to do? We'd like to get our other pieces into the game. So when we look at our position, we're castled. This is excellent. We've got central control. We've got a knight here. This is great. Bishop, not the best bishop, but you know what? We're not gonna nitpick here. This is a developed piece. A little passive, but we can improve that with time. Now, what we have to notice is this is hanging. This is undefended. So even a passive move like d3 would be okay. Opening the bishop, defending the pawn. This would be perfectly fine. An active move like d4 would be even better, but I'm not expecting you know, this idea from a beginner class to take on d4, allow them to take, and to push e5. This is a very you know, I'm not expecting complete beginners to understand that that's a very good way to go. If they do, excellent, but I'm not upset they don't see this, right? What I want them to see is we have pieces not in the game. Let's get them in the game. So d3, defending, opening the door for our bishop. I often say these are like brothers. This guy's in the basement. We got to open the door to the basement so we can get out, see the world, right? Okay. What happens instead is b3, and now they take the pawn. Very good. Up a pawn, and here we have bishop to d3. Okay. So what's the issue with this? Well, we're moving the same piece again in the opening, and in chess, time is very important. So we have to use our time as effectively as possible. So what do we want to do here? Well, we want to get our other pieces in the game. We want to push d3, kick that knight out of there, right? Now look, we've opened the door. We're down a pawn, but hey, gonna survive, man. It's okay. Bishop d3. Unfortunately, this brother is sitting in front of the door, and now this brother's stuck in the basement, right? So the older brother has stuck the younger brother in the basement, blocked the door. He's not going to get out. Of course, he could go here, but okay, we really want him over here. All right. So bishop d3, and the knight goes back. Now, what's the issue with this? What is the issue with this? Well, the knight is not very well placed here. We could just take that, right? And granted, queen takes back, but let's just bring it back to f6, and we'll use it where it was before. Very good square for the knight. When it goes to g5, we can just take, and after queen takes, we actually have a very good move. Bishop takes h7. I was like, whoa, dude, nice, because they're seeing, you know, they can open the king up here. So bishop takes, king takes, and now we really need d4. Why do we need d4? What's the idea? Double attack. See, that doesn't make sense. We're just attacking one thing. We could just move out of the way. Well, focus your eyes on the queen. It's also attacked, right? Queen's got to move. Where can the queen move? Well, queen can move a number of places. After this, we're looking okay here. This is okay. Salvageable, right? So that's the idea. I don't think they saw that idea when they took the pawn. I think they saw, okay, I'm giving a check. This is good. Checks are good. However, if we lose all our material, check after check after check, eventually we're going to lose the game. We're just not going to have enough pieces. So, excellent move, but I really hope the idea is to push d4. Let's see what we got here. Let's continue. King takes, and no. Instead, we have queen to c2. Okay. This is not the way we want to go. We're simply down a bishop, unfortunately. The younger group is down a bishop. King moves back, and the queen moves back. So we're back to where we were now, right? And black is simply more developed. I say that because they've got 2 pieces out, and they have more of the center, and they're up material. So this is looking really really bad for white here. Okay, rook e8, solid, getting the rook into the game. We can push this pawn forward. Now we've got some support. Black really wants to think about pushing d6 though at some point, getting this bishop into the game. We have this sort of idea, right? That sort of idea. So let's see here. All right, rook e8, perfectly fine move, and rook e1 to match, right? Rook on the open file. This is fine, but look, we really need to get these pieces into the game. So what's an improvement? And again, we have this d4 move. Double attacking, right? Attacking the bishop and the queen. This is very good for us. Once the queen moves, take the bishop. We got to take our time. We got to find these kinds of moves, right? Okay, rook e6. Very interesting move. Trying to get the rook into the attack, perhaps coming to g6. Very, very aggressive. This is good, but we would love to get our extra piece into the game. We have this extra piece. We're up a piece, right? Not only are we up a piece, we're more developed, and white's trapped behind this this fortress he's made for himself, but it traps his own pieces. So a bishop can't get out, and the knight can't get out. Of course, there's this, but still, we're so many squares away from the action. It's not looking good. Okay, d3. So we needed that move maybe 5-6 moves ago, but finally we open the attack on the queen, right? d4 would have been that double attack again, as previously stated, but we're seeing the attack on the queen at least. This is good. Rook g6, threatening checkmate. Now, what's the problem with this move? There's a real simple problem with this move. Are we threatening checkmate? Yes. But the queen, we're going to lose the queen. So, ouch, right? Down goes the queen. The younger group takes out the queen, right? So, devastating. Now, the older group, down a whole queen. What are we going to do, right? Of course, he takes the bishop back. This is good, but now we have a real big blunder here. Rook takes e5. Okay, the e5 pawn's important. We would love if black lost that pawn. However, we love having our rook more. So, if we're going to trade a rook for a pawn, we really need a good reason. And unfortunately, we just don't have that good reason here. So what should we do instead? Well, I know I'm a broken record, but we could push d4. See, this is a much better place to be after something like this. This is okay here. We're going to get our pieces out, and we have this check. This is very uncomfortable, and we're really attacking black here, right? Even if we give up the rook, I mean, we're doing incredible here. He's got these pieces aren't in the game. Material's even, but we have the attack going, right? So let's see here. All right, rook takes. Unfortunately, that just loses us a rook. But here, another chance at redemption. d4. D4. I'm a broken record, right? But look, it's a fork attacking two pieces at once. So after one of them moves, we take the piece that's still there. Okay. Knight to A3. Now, what's the main issue with this? Well, the knight is undefended, my friends. Undefended. It's a free knight, right? Devastating. So, unfortunately, black does not see this. Fortunately, though, black is coordinating his pieces. For instance, these two pieces are attacking this pawn. Very weak pawn for white. So we're understanding we have to make the pieces work together best we can, but we also have to take free stuff when we can. It'd be really nice if we just take free stuff. Let's see where we continue from here. Knight comes into the game, and bishop takes with check. Of course, it's defended. King would love to take, but he may not. So, king hops over to h1, out of danger. If the king went to f1, oh, we'd be in a world of hurt. A world of hurt. There's a check, right? We would just... yeah, no, it wouldn't be good. Okay. King h1. How to continue the attack? Well, we send the knight in. Now, what is the issue with this, ladies and gentlemen? Well, big issue with this is this knight is undefended. It's undefended. We can just take it. The attack fizzles out, right? Fortunately, we did not see this. And now black sets up the killer checkmate here. Now, how do we survive this? Not rook b1. Overlooking mate in 1, right? Look, all the pieces working together. Rook b1 does nothing to address this problem. Unfortunately, for the younger group, we're going to have to make a different move. We're going to have to make h3, making it such that the rook cannot take on h2. Now, black is still up a ton of material here, but we're not threatening checkmate anymore. So now we have to get our other piece in the game and, you know, continue applying pressure. But still, good game. Took the center, developed, castled. Very good. That's the first step we need. We can refine from there. You guys are doing great. Got to work on the tactics a little bit, but hey, got to start somewhere. Y'all are doing excellent. And after the game, the younger group said, well, hey, they're older. That's not fair, right? Okay, let's go back. We have the same number of pawns. Rooks, knights, bishops, king, queen. Same material, same board. Younger group goes first. They have the white pieces. Chess is a meritocracy, right? So we have all the tools we need right here. We have everything we need. You don't need any special equipment. It's all on the board. So the younger group was very upset they had to play the older group. But guess what? They were winning. They were winning. Because despite the older group having more experience, they gave up their queen. They gave up their queen. The younger group was so far ahead at this point. So they were winning. They just need the confidence to see it through, right? And then obviously they need to make the correct moves. But don't be discouraged by who your opponent is. You have the ability to beat them. You absolutely do. Anyone can play chess, and everyone can play better chess than they did yesterday. It's the same with this group. It's the same with any group. It's the same with anyone, right? So keep your head up. Analyze your games. See what we can improve on. And we just got to keep calm, chess on, all that good stuff. Eat your vegetables. Be nice to people. And happy chessing. Take care.